Joining me now is the new Democratic nominee for governor of Florida, David Jolly. David, it's good to see you. When you were first going
good
into
to be
this,
with you, Chris.
I didn't know how you were going to do, but boy, even as it seemed that you were getting momentum, I did not expect last night. Take it on in two ways. First, what is the story about what last night means about the Democrats and what you will be in the midterms?
Yeah, you know, in each one of those races, and let me focus in on, the fact that I'm a statewide candidate for governor and Angie Nixon, a vowed DSA member. I condemn the DSA. I don't support socialism. I'm a capitalist that believes in the private economy. But I'll tell you this, I think what won Angie her race and won my race as well is that we have done what Lawton Childs did, basically. If you remember Walking Lawton, we have been in every community. I've run my campaign, she's run hers. But every time I'd be in a community of 5, 10, 15 people, Angie would be there the same day or the next day or the day before. I focused my campaign on housing, healthcare, and education. Every candidate talks about the affordability crisis. What does that really mean, Chris? The 3 pillars of people's personal economy. It shifts during the generations, but can you afford your house? Do you know where your family's going to get healthcare? Do you know where to send your kids to school? Are you able to afford rent in the community in which you work? I was doing that. Angie was doing her own. Now, our politics are very different. We disagree on a whole lot, but the reality is, I think in each one of these races, to your point, Democratic candidates were addressing the economic crisis that is real. That is real. And if Republicans have a major fault right now, they refuse to recognize the economic anxiety, right? They're following the Trump playbook of just telling people that what they're feeling is wrong. Republicans are out of touch. Democrats have an opportunity this year.
So you saw better turnout than in the last couple of cycles for Democrats. But the other man on the screen, Byron Donalds, has a huge registration advantage. Now, of course, you do have 3 million unaffiliated voters in Florida who theoretically could be up for grab. They tend to break Republican, as you well know, as a pro from the state. And he has the biggest stick you can carry in Florida, which is the president's imprimatur. He is the president's guy.
That's right.
He also has a huge 10-to-1 money advantage over you. And a Democrat hasn't won a race for governor there in like 30 years. How do you overcome all of that?
You make it sound so easy, Chris. Look,
hey, if it were easy, anybody could do it, Dave, right? It wouldn't be worth trying if it was easy.
Look, that's exactly right. We tell our kids, we tell our 7-year-old and 5-year-old kids, when you have a chance to change the world, you take it. That's what my wife and I are doing in this race. But to your point, in a lot of cycles, this would not be competitive in Florida, right? 4 years ago, Floridians decided to stay the course. But 26 is different. Voters are asking for change. They're desperate for change. Our congressional specials have swung by 15, 16 points. The city of Miami elected a Democratic mayor for the first time in 30 years, the last time we had a Democratic governor, and it was 19 points, not even close. Mar-a-Lago's elected a Democratic state representative in Donald Trump's home district. And so what we are learning this cycle is you don't have to be a Democrat to vote for a Democrat. But then how, as a candidate, do I build an authentic coalition around that? Because, look, the 6 or 7 years I spent as an independent was the most informative part of my life. I'm in a very post-partisan, post-ideological space. I reject the left-right spectrum. I don't care about the left-right spectrum. We have big problems that need big solutions. So what I did as a Democrat is amplify the fundamental values in our party, that the economy should work for everybody. Economic growth is good, but it's got to work for everybody. The private sector should lead, but government needs to fill in the gaps. There are certain things in housing, healthcare, the environment, safe communities, the private sector will never do. It's not their fault. We don't have to fight the haves to fight for the have-nots. And the third value, some say it's progressive. I think it's old school libertarian. I just think government should stay out of your life, stay out of your bedroom, stay out of your business. So it amplifies democratic values in a way that independents and Republicans in a moment of change are saying, if all you're asking me to fight for is that the economy works for everybody, that government's a little smarter in delivering solutions for our economy, and that you want to stay out of my life, I don't care if you're a Republican, Independent, or Democrat tonight. That's why we're going to win the race.
What do you think the biggest obstacle is in taking on Byron Donalds, and how do you think you match up against him?
You know what? He's going to try to break our trust in each other. You mentioned all the money he's raised. He's already spent $55 million. His numbers are getting worse. He's been endorsed by the president, and more Republicans last night voted against him than for them.
It was a huge field,
he's
though.
Trying to make it.
It was a huge field. He got 48% of the vote. Turnout was a little down from their last cycle, and he had a very crowded field, just for context.
Yeah, but Chris, You're right, but he spent $55 million dollars in his own primary and endorsed by the president. And he enters the race. The one poll we have now that is out shows us up 1 in the general. Some candidates, the more you see of them, the less you like them. And so this could be that race. Here's my biggest concern. I'm watching. Look, I've been a practitioner for a long time. He's hit me with $5 million in trans ads. He's making the ideological stuff. He's calling me a radical. Chris, I'm not even cool, much less a radical. He's calling me a socialist. I denounce socialism. I'm a capitalist. He's trying all of that. What he's trying to do is to break our trust. Because in a moment that I think is like a post-Watergate 1974 moment where enough voters, regardless of voter registration, are saying burn the ships, we're going to go in a new direction, what's happening is we're believing in each other again. We're trusting each other. We're believing in something better. And what Byron has to do is break our trust in each other. That's the ugly part of politics. He's going to hit us with it as hard as he can. I trust the voters in November. We're going to overcome it.
Dave Jolly, appreciate you coming on. Congratulations on last night. We'll be following the race. You'll have a platform here. I'll also offer one to Byron all the way through. Fair is fair. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.